Dave, we just played also a weatherman. Now, this is a while back. The question was for Biggie, would you, if we say, here's the choice, we're going to flip a coin, you call it heads or tails. If you get it right, $1 billion. To which, of course, Biggie said, in.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you get it wrong, you have hiccups uncontrollably for the rest of your life. And we played this weatherman.
Inside the Beltway for the moment, you're dry, but you get outside the Beltway, really, it's Highway 6 all the way out to Katy, and it is just a mess out there. Katy's had most of the rain so far. Lightning and thunder, has just moved off to the west. Highway 6, where it meets I-10 on the west side, Addicts. I have the hiccups, of course. This would happen right when we have heavy weather, but bear with me. What I'm concerned about is that we may see some backbuilding, some redevelopment of thunderstorms right in here. Bel Air to Meyerland to Sunnyside.
Doing pretty good.
Here's the big picture.
Has to. Got rainstorms coming through there. We've all had the hiccups, we know.
Yeah.
Have you had that?
He did all right.
You're the best weatherman I know.
No, well, you're right. But you know why? Because I know you're weatherman. They're friends of mine, too.
Okay. You're right.
And you're not right about much.
You're the best.
But you're right about that.
You're the best I know. Best one I know personally.
You eat with them and I drink with them.
Now, I know about 3 of them now. I know a few of these guys.
No, that's not true. No, I've never had that. I've never sneezed. I've never hiccuped.
Oh, lucky.
I never tooted.
Lucky. Oh, you never tooted?
Not doing the weather, of course not.
Wait a minute now. I did the weather for a bit.
I've done it hungover.
I knew that. I know that. I mean, that's your regular practice. You should say, I've done it not hungover. Once
that would have been a little more
once or twice.
Right.
We're glad to know you've never S yourself doing the weather.
I have.
Al Roker has.
No, listen, I have too. I was doing the weather.
Oh, that was not gas.
Get nervous about it.
That's why you don't do it.
I was very nervous. I only did it a few times, and when I did do it, it'd be like, brrr. I mean, all the anchors would look over at me like, "What are you doing? So nervous." I get nervous stomach.
Yeah.
We just celebrated our 25th anniversary. Chris Demm knows that before that very first show, had nervous stomach.
You're sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
Terrible.
The coin flip, I'm not good at calling coins. I never have been.
Really?
I don't know why that is. I'm not 50-50.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm like 80-20.
Do you know that
losing.
I read probably 6 months ago, and it never made the grid, but I thought it was somewhat interesting, that the coin flip, they did a huge study on coin flips and found that because of the weight on the heads side of the coin, it was a little bit, it wasn't quite 50-50. I mean, they flipped them 10,000 times. Yeah.
I think I may have read that same study.
Yeah.
And like if you flip a coin infinity times, it won't be 50-50.
It's a little bit more, what it land on?
I can't remember which side, if the weighted side lands down or is up.
I always feel like heads, for whatever reason.
It's the heavier side by just a micro fraction.
Yeah,
right?
it is. So it would stand to reason that then tails would come up most. But
so you're saying it's flipping at a different rate when it's actually spinning in the air?
It was something about if it landed a certain way, it would, like, sometimes it spins, when it lands, and it would fall. I always feel like heads is
heavy side down or up.
I would think heavy side down. See, I just skimmed. I would think heavy side down, so it would be tails. But I just in my mind, totally anecdotally, I feel like heads comes up more than tails.
How you weigh a side of a coin?
Wasn't there during the Patriots run? Didn't they never miss a coin toss?
Yes.
Wasn't there a thing they had some streak where they never missed coin tosses?
The whole season or something?
But wouldn't you think they just always called heads? I mean, would they change it up?
I don't know. I always heard tails never fails.
Oh, did you? So
yeah, that's what I grew up with.
You think tails
never fails?
That's old school.
I feel like heads is called more.
I think so too.
And maybe it is tails. Maybe it's tails because heads is slightly heavier, and it would come up with tails. I may have it here in the grid.
You got a 6-month grid?
I got a 6-month grid, but I don't know where in the world it is.
Let's see.
Can you find it before the Super Bowl?
7 plus 8.
Biggie's movies for Halloween.
I got a 6-month grid here.
Kick off of the football season. Keep going.
Spring training.
4th of July.
How to avoid a hurricane.
Workout
game.
Workout.
Baseball
Workout.
All-Star game.
Workout.
Terrible. I'm not going to be able to find it. I have it here somewhere.
Right.
I've got it in the grid, but I don't know where it is. There's an alcohol quiz for Dave for Cinco de Mayo.
Easy now.
There's last year's leprechaun. I think it looked like a leprechaun. So yeah.
I love a leprechaun.
We almost lapped ourselves here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the burrs. Talk to Dave about this. I'm sorry.
Eating season. Doggone it.
I don't have it. I'll find it for tomorrow.
But you do this in statistics in math in school, yeah? Isn't this part of? Isn't this like a day's worth of flipping coins?
probabilities,
What is it?
yeah.
51-49 or something? What is the probability?
But even if I flipped it 500 times here and it was 51-49 heads, that doesn't really prove anything because you could flip yours 6,000 times and it come up the other way. I don't know. There was some scientific research in it, though, that they put into
Coins
it.
are slightly differently weighted.
Exactly. So, and it might depend on what coin you flip, but I think the head side would be heavier.
When they come into the Super Bowl, because you know clearly the NFL has 2 weeks before this game to prepare for it. I don't know why they don't just put like Chiefs and 49ers on the coin.
not
They
call-
don't.
and
Generally,
not
they
call-
still don't.
No, they put the logo of the Super Bowl on one side, like the Super Bowl whatever. And then on the other side, it's like both teams.
The NFL logo.
Yeah, or
or
the
who knows.
NFL.
Yeah.
So it's like, why don't you, right, what you just said, put Chiefs on one side and 49ers on the other and flip
Nobody
it.
has to call it.
And then don't call it. And the NFL's so
Although,
rich.
is that the advantage to call it?
I think somebody needs to call it.
Oh, you do?
I think so. Because then, if your theory of I think one side is heavier than the other, then it's like, well, the Chiefs logo is bigger than the
Oh, you're right.
49ers logo, or somebody will come up with some crap.
Who calls it? The visiting team?
Yes,
I believe so.
I think so too. And so the visitors this time, that's the 49ers. So
Yeah, does it go back and forth? Is that how
Yeah,
it works?
the NFL team was this is how I remember it. The NFL team was home, the Packers, in Super Bowl I. So every odd Super Bowl, it's the NFC, and every even Super Bowl, it's the AFC. That's home. So the
Right.
Chiefs are the home team.
He didn't have to look that up.
I didn't know.
I don't need that in the grid.
It's in here somewhere. I know I've got
You
it.
got 25 years worth of grid.
Let me say this to you as well. This is sports related. Chris Demm just saw this, and he was watching some of the Virginia-Miami game last night. Is that what you were watching?
Yeah, the Cavaliers playing at home against Miami and just drubbed them. The final score was 60-38.
Wow.
There's a few things to say about this game, and I hate to do this, but I'm going to take some fun out of college basketball.
Really?
I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to. Chris Tim can inject some fun because he saw a T-shirt a young man was wearing.
Yeah, we were. I watched most of the first half, you know, because that's my school and adopted school. That's my fan school. And they cut to one of the kids in the stands, and he was wearing. I think the Cavaliers were doing a whiteout, so everybody's wearing a white shirt. But and almost everybody had the same shirt, but this one kid just had on a white shirt that read 40s and shorties.
That's his
And I thought that's what your son needs for his birthday,
Wow.
which is coming up.
40s and shorties, which is the mantra of the college student. You know,
I had to explain some of it to my wife.
she didn't know
What a 40 was.
40s and shorties. You get to 40. That's a reference to alcoholic beverages.
Ounces.
Shorties is a reference to
Co-eds.
young ladies. You know, college students in T-shirts. We never talk about them without playing this. The young man at the college wearing the Van Halen T-shirt.
So you have a Van Halen t-shirt on. What's your favorite Van Halen song? I don't know. I just woke up. Can you name one Van Halen? No. No, right now. Come back to me at 30.
Yes. Yes.
I'm back in 30.
My son has Nirvana and Pink Floyd. I say, name one song. Oh, you know I don't know. I have no idea. Let me speak about this game last night as well. Virginia played Miami at home. This is up at the JPJ in Charlottesville. And Virginia, apparently, they do a promotion there that if the opposing team misses back-to-back free throws, 2 consecutive free throws, everyone in attendance gets free bacon. Okay?
I think it's only in the second half. but
Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
This was called last night.
So the kids are on the edges of their seats because everybody gets bacon if in the second half the opponent here misses 2 consecutive free throws. And it's bacon time. Oh, the world's a better place.
I want to say something. This speaks to the American diet and our reliance on processed foods, and I just can't. I can't go along.
The salt,
with
the
it.
nitrates,
I just can't go. And to celebrate
the
that,
animals,
I'm
senseless slaughter.
I'm looking right at that play-by-play announcer. We just can't celebrate this.
Did you hear that roar?
Yes, like they won.
Bacon.
Like
Yeah.
they won the national
I think it's
championship.
beautiful.
Doesn't your adoptive school do for biscuits?
And
Yeah.
I listen. I'm a UNC Tar Heel adopted school fan.
Yeah.
I didn't go there.
Everyone knows it.
I pretend to have. I'm wearing their hoodie today.
Shocker.
Listen, when I'm in there and everybody if they score 100, everybody gets free biscuits. I hold up a sign. This is The American diet should not rely on
Too much butter, fat, and salt.
I hold it up.
Worst thing you put in your body.
Exactly.
I bet he didn't even go here.
Have some fruit instead.
I hold up. Vegetables. Why don't they play for free vegetables, not free bacon?
Everybody gets a stick of asparagus on the way
Yes,
out.
on the way out, they
Which
got
one's
free
that?
bacon. Listen, North Carolina State played Louisville in women's basketball last night.
What do they do?
They have a promotion. North Carolina State fans were cheering because
Get a free pack of cigarettes.
if
Dave.
if the Lady Cardinals miss 2 free throws in a row, you get fried chicken.
Chicken.
From a vendor.
And they're chanting chicken in here because if she misses the next one, they get chicken. Let's do that chicken.
I think it's brilliant.
I'm sorry.
That's a lot of people at a women's game.
Big time.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a huge crowd at the women's game and the men's game in Virginia. And I just have to take, I have to call out these colleges that are giving out these high fatty meals.
Love it.
What about kale?
Yes, please.
How about
please,
some spinach?
Please, can we not do something like this?
I don't think he went here. I think this is stolen valor.
There's a guy today who's going viral because he eats. Now, I think this would make you really sick, but he's eating raw chicken at every meal.
This
And-
can't be real, can
No.
it?
You see him?
No.
I saw him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's eating it. He's eating it. He says that he's going to eat raw chicken every meal until he gets
Until
sick.
the end?
Until he gets sick.
Well,
Now, of course, he's an influencer on Instagram and TikTok, and he goes by simply the name John. And he has eaten raw chicken every day for 3 months and has filmed himself doing it. And it's like little chicken cutlets and just like any.
So he goes to the store. He's not plucking chickens from the yard.
No, he goes to the store. He buys chicken fingers, chicken cutlets, whatever they are,
Ugh.
and breasts, and eats them. And he said he'll do it until he gets sick.
Today we're going to try some chicken wings, and I got this hot sauce. It's from Hot Ones, and it's usually the last one that they use. I might have made a mistake.
So there he is, and he's eating wings. Now, these are wings, literally, on the bone, and he's gnawing the chicken off of it raw. And that's like
nuts.
awful. I mean, they say you don't even, you wash your hands and stuff when you even prepare
Yeah,
chicken.
I mean,
What's the disease you get from chicken?
Salmonella.
Salmonella, yeah, he's playing with fire. I mean, that's not just a stomach ache.
Let him.
No, I'm with it. Let him.
3 months. 3 months.
Day 18, eating raw chicken every day till I get a tummy ache. I got to get on a flight in about 1 hour, so I'm just having a quick breakfast. Don't try this at home. When you get chicken stuck in your teeth, you can use one of nature's toothpicks.
He's using a little bone to get rid of the chicken
gross.
stuck in his teeth. It is disgusting, but
And we're sure he's not faking this.
I mean, it looks like he's eating it. He does have himself on camera eating it, but I felt like you'd get sick immediately from something like that. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I think he would get sick.
Oh, it's awful. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's-
he's doing it, and he says you can do it. And
The humans can't do that. And dogs can. They can eat raw chicken, I think.
yeah, I think so.
You don't have to cook that.
I mean, we used to, my mother always warned me, you've got to cook it so it's not even a little bit raw.
No pink.
No pink.
That's the one thing
yeah.
you got to.
at all.
Even pork can be slightly pink if you want it to be.
Even that stops people in their tracks, though.
It does.
Oh yeah.
Well, I come from a barbecue background.
Yes.
And
It's low and slow, through and through.
absolutely. And he said when you're chopping this barbecue, you look for it.
You make it sure it's falling off the bone.
Yeah. Gene, you're talking about raw chicken this guy's eating. Go ahead.
Hey, yes, sir. P1. I catfish a lot, and I use raw chicken for bait.
Mhm.
And one time I got salmonella poison from handling the bait, and I guess eating a snack or cracker or something, drinking a drink.
Yeah.
And he does not want that.
Here, it's
I was
awful.
sick for like 4 or 5 days, and I mean, it was god awful.
Do you take medicine or you just have to let it run its course?
I just let it run its course. I probably should have went to urgent care
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
because I mean I needed fluids, I needed a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and I lost several pounds in 3 or 4 days.
Is it vomiting or diarrhea or both?
Look, a little bit of both.
That's what I thought. That's what I was afraid of.
Oh, well, I take that back, a whole lot of both.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, when you fish now, do you take precautions and make sure you wash your hands really well, or wipe them with? What do you do?
I try to keep a bottle of hand sanitizer on the boat. Every time I bait up,
Yeah.
I try to
Yeah, I have to.
wipe my hands off real good. If nothing else, just take a rag and dip it in the lake and then wipe my hands off. Do something.
something. You have to. Well, we've had other calls. People say when you have salmonella, man, you remember that. This guy's playing with fire.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gene. Or he's faking it one way or the other. But I have seen him eat.
Yeah. He said 18 days.
Well, that was day 18. Now it's been 3 months. That was just one from.
He's been 90 days.
90 days is what he's done. And he says he eats it every day. And he does put it in his mouth now. I mean, unless he's doing some sort of camera trick and faking on the camera.
Could be.